Alright everybody, welcome back to Uncrackable Royale. Today is update 4.5, the prison break. Now it's a pretty significant update, as you can tell. I mean, a whole trailer released alongside it, which took a long time to make. That's why this update took so long to come out. And it wasn't really exactly because the trailer was that complicated, it was because replay mode was so broken. But anyway, before we get into the details of what is actually new in this update, you guys should check out the trailer, even though it's not exactly how I wanted it because of how replay mode is broken. But there should be a link to that in the top right corner of the screen. But anyway, let's move on. That's just for, the story. If you care about why this happened in the story, then that explains it. But onto the actual updates in the map. As you can tell, Fiendish Fortress has been blown up. So this is what it looks like now. The whole, eastern side has just been completely bombed. So I don't know what else to say about this. Here's what it looks like. So yeah, things are really heating up in the war between the Red Industry and the Fort Quincy Revolutionaries. But along with that, the landmark that was added in the last update, Deserter's Landing, has been not destroyed, but definitely damaged. You can see walking around, pieces are out of place, and things are misaligned because it was hit with a lot of heavy fire as people were trying to escape the prison going up here. So next is the just a little check-in on the M-Vans, which I do basically every week. Okay, so this keeps glitching out. There's some kind of issue with UEFN. It keeps moving stuff back over here. Okay, I fixed it. So they're moving. They were over there, and they're moving back towards their cabin. Now, really our last thing to check out, I know the update doesn't seem so huge, but it's big in the story, and I mean, there was a really big location change. So, and the trailer came along with it. That was the biggest thing. But last but not least, let's just check out our new journal entries that we have from each character. All right, let's start by talking to our pal Boris. So let's talk to him. Are you from the prison? There's yes or no. Obviously, it's so many people flooded into Fort Quincy after the prison break. So let's say yes. Well, welcome to the fight. What can I do for you? Nothing. Or where do we go from here? I can't say too... Yo, that's the wrong two. Okay, I actually can't believe I made that mistake. But I fixed it. I just fixed it. I can't say too much right now, but just be ready for something big. Will do. Okay. Now, while we're here, we might as well read the logbook. Let's see. We did it. Me, Kylie, and a handful of brave fighters managed to bring down half of the prison and free our brothers and sisters in arms. If there was ever a time that we could win this, it's right now. I need to refer back to my original sewage plan and rendezvous with Kylie to finalize it. Assuming she's not off hanging with that soldier again. So, yeah, after this prison break, now they actually have enough people to enact their final plan to attack Staggered Streets. So, let's move on to Kylie next. Well, we did it. Commander Goris and I worked together, and we busted the prison. The streets of Shaky Shelter are flush with people wrongly imprisoned, but now free once again and ready to fight for that freedom. I have to meet with Goris and get a final plan in the works. In the meantime, I plan on meeting Kenneth on the outskirts of the shelter. So, a similar thing to what Goris said, but she's talking about Kenneth. Now Jonah, that was big. It felt like it happened all at once. Goris gave the word, the crafts flew overhead, and then the prison was blown away. There are hundreds of new people here, and we are ready to fight. There's not enough room to house everyone, though, so I have a woman staying with me in my little shack. There's more to come. I can feel it. So he's basically a bystander in this. You know, he's a friend of Kylie, but he's not at the he's not making the decisions like she is. Now, Ivan, after talking to Jonah, I'm really trying to get myself ready to fight. I know I don't want to, but this cause is bigger than me. I'm helping my parents find a less militant place to stay for the time being. There's an old red industry base just south of here that I think they would enjoy. I'll have to ask Kylie if the revolutionaries are using it. So one of Ivan's big conflicts has been his parents living in shaky shelter, and he's been afraid to make any moves in terms of like militarily, because he doesn't want his parents to be in danger. So he's trying to move them out of town before the battle. And by the way, this is the old base that he's talking about. So now we're moving on to our last character. All right, here's Kenneth's notes. Kylie did it. I knew she could. Maybe now she'll be able to fully liberate this rotten land of people like me. I don't have any more information to give her right now, but I'm still going over to the fort just to talk. Talking to her is the only relief I get while working as a death trooper for a maniac who likes to play God. So that's Kenneth's input. You can see Kenneth and Kylie are hanging out a lot, and Kenneth is still dealing with the fact that he has to work for the enemy basically. But there's really no choice for him. You know, if he tries to escape the red industry, surely he's gonna be killed. So for the time being, he just has to play along until the final battle, which is after next update. Next update 4.6 is the last update of Season 4. Uncrackable Royale has been in Season 4... Hold on. Uncrackable Royale Season 4 released on May 28th, 2023. So 3 years it's been in Season 4, because I don't even remember all the history with that. But a bunch of stuff, a bunch of glitches related to UEFN. And it's finally going to be Season 5, the first new season for Uncrackable Royale in 3 years, despite getting active updates most of the time. So 4.6 is going to be kind of significant. And then there's going to be... I was originally going to have a cinematic like right before the launch of Season 5, but because of the replay glitches, I'm actually considering now doing a playable live event. So that's probably what I'm going to do, because replay mode sucks so bad right now. So yeah, if you are getting hyped for Uncrackable Royale and more consistent updates, then subscribe. And if you haven't watched the trailer for this update, please go do that. I did put a lot of time into it. And yeah, 4.6 is coming out soon. I don't know when, but it's coming out soon. Wait, but before I end, I just want to say, if you want to hire me to make Fortnite creative maps, that's available. Join the Discord server. There's information. Or if you just want to hang out with us, join the Discord server too. It's a fun place. So thank you all so much for watching. I should come up with a catchphrase, and I'll see you all next time.